Hey everyone, welcome back to the Path to Purpose podcast. My name is Kieran Williams, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about going with the flow and the impact it has on our lives. And I'll also talk a little bit about setting free the desire to hold on to something that no longer serves us. So over this last year especially, I've learned a lot about the importance of allowing life to flow. And now, this doesn't mean that you should be lazy and allow things to come to you with zero effort. But what it does mean is that when you're following your direction, your pursuit, and maybe situations or circumstances are forcing you in a different direction, you can actively start to ask yourself, why is this happening for me? Instead of why is this happening to me? And this is a very important difference. Because when you're wondering why it's happening to you, you begin to victimize yourself and think that the world is against you. And of course, this can really lower our own self-esteem. And actually, we're doing more damage to ourselves by saying this. But just by changing the phrase to, why is this happening for me? So changing the word to for, it opens up your mind and it allows you to see potential reasons and the opportunities to allow something better aligned to you to come into your life. And everything always just works out for the best eventually. You just have to believe it will and persevere with whatever difficulties you're facing. And it is really crazy how significant and how much of an impact a single change of a word can make. This is definitely something I would recommend everyone to practice next time you're facing any challenges with work, relationships, personal issues, friendships, or even just like day-to-day activities. There's oftentimes we feel like the world is against us, but it's up to you to realize that it's not the case. And actually, the universe is working with you to guide you to a better place, to help you find your purpose, or to be somewhere else that better aligns with you. And even if we think that what we are doing right now is the best for us, you have to try and realize that it's not always the case. Because if you feel like you're constantly being pulled away from that path, then it could simply be a matter of changing your perspective. Questions you can ask yourself are, how can I see this situation differently? Is there something different I can bring to this relationship or to my business? And you can even ask yourself if what you're currently doing is fully aligned with your goals and your mission in life. A good way to look at this is much like a river, and it's a very known and typical way of viewing it because it holds so much value and relevance. So, for example, if you're in a river and you're going downstream, and imagine you're in like a small boat going downstream, what do you think would happen if you kept trying to keep the boat in a straight line on that river? Well, you'd probably crash into a rock, or the boat would probably get stuck or tip over, or maybe it'll even get stuck on land, on like a shoreline. But if you let the boat go with the flow down the stream and you help the boat by following that stream, then you'll realize that the journey is beautiful and the obstacles are easier to overcome because it's more aligned with your journey, it's more aligned with your purpose. And this really does work in all aspects of our lives. There's always going to be something out there that works for you, and it's always worthwhile in the end. If you really can see it and you persevere with it and you follow it, it's just a matter of noticing it. So this is what it means to go with the flow, at least in my opinion. There's various ways you can kind of looking at going with the flow, but this is what I think is one of the better ways of looking at it. So don't let what's not working in your life impact you in a negative way. And I can completely understand how frustrating it is and how it can be difficult to come out of that mindset, especially in the moment when it happens. Because you're still allowed to feel that way. Of course, it's a human emotion to have these feelings. But it's just about afterwards having the ability to see whatever challenges you're facing, whatever you're trying to force against and make happen, if it's just continuously not working. It's just about trying to see it clearer and make better decisions without having to constantly try and swim upstream or guide the boat in a direction that it can't go physically. Try finding new routes and essentially just find your flow. So I hope that something from today's episode helps a little bit. This is a mindset that's really helped me over this last year a lot. I feel like it's something that I'm going to continue to adapt into the future as well. It's just about being able to let go of any expectations, of any hopes, and just realizing that the journey you're on right now in the present moment is the most important thing. If things don't work out, then it's fine. You can try and make it work, but if it doesn't budge, look for another way and just persevere. You can still focus on what you love and what you want to do, but you just got to find another way of doing it, a way that's so much better aligned for you. There will be a way. With that being said, that is it for today's episode, and that's also it for 2024. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in this year. It's been an incredible year with you all on this podcast, and there's going to be much more to come next year. I'm so excited to announce different projects, different things that are going on. Of course, continuing this journey with you on the path to purpose. And yeah, I will catch you all in 2025. So as always, thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and I hope this helps you on your journey, or should I say your path to purpose, and see you all in the next episode.